It didn't happen overnight, but the Kelowna Rockets are starting to look like one of the best teams in the Western Hockey League. They've turned on the afterburners, especially at home, and are now challenging the likes of Portland and Kamloops for Western Conference supremacy. It all began when the team came together during early season road trips.
11 of our first 16 games were on the road, and they were trips where it was 8-9 hours each way. So there were some longer trips that we got out of the way early, but in turn we spent a lot of time together as a group, and I think we developed a little bit of chemistry and more of that family feel that you always want your team to have, and I think the guys really enjoy being around each other, and I think that's one of the reasons we got off to a pretty good start.
The Rockets, unlike last season, have been super at home, winning 12 in a row before this Eastern swing, outscoring the opposition 59-19. The last time they lost at Prospera Place was October 10th against Spokane, and the club record of 18 straight wins set in 02-03 is within reach. The coach attributes the home ice success to depth.
Whether they're a power play guy or they kill penalties or if we put them on the ice for faceoffs, everybody feels like they do contribute to our success. And I think that's important for our feel in the dressing room and for what we do on the ice. You don't win unless you have 20-year-olds contributing for you in this league. So we needed to have some guys that could help us out, and the guys that we were able to pick up have done a great job filling in and fitting into what we were trying to do here.
The young defense is a year older, but remember, they've played the entire season without Mitchell Chapman and much of the hot streak without the steady Mackenzie Johnston, who's also been ailing. Heading into Friday's game, the top 6D are a combined plus 100.
We've played the last, I guess, 5 weeks now with the 18-year-old as our oldest defenseman, and they've done a good job, and I think that says a lot about their ability and their composure that they do have this year. And Dan Lambert's done a good job of trying to get them to believe in themselves and have a lot of confidence early on, and thankfully they've stepped up for us and given us what we've needed so far in the absence of 2 of our older players.
Some of the moves the team has made have worked out very well. Getting Ryan Olsen from Saskatoon is looking like a steal. He adds size and sizzle up the middle and is second on the team in goals. Mitchell Wheaton has been a revelation on the back end, and he's now garnering serious attention from NHL scouts. Youngsters like Tyson Bailey and Rourke Chartier are produced, and the team is getting bounce-back years from Miles Bell and Zach Franco. The move of Bell up to forward has been brilliant. He leads the team in scoring with his lethal one-timer accounting for 18 goals.
Miles, we asked him to step up and do something for us. He did it happily, and then he had some success, so I believe now he's a converted forward, and hopefully we're going to keep him there and he'll keep contributing. He's been very good for us up front.
Acquiring Jackson Whistle from the Giants is looking pretty good too. He's given the Rockets an excellent 1-2 in goal.
Jordan's the guy that will get the bulk of our starts. He's been very good for us, and he's paid his dues over the years, and I think he's done well for us, but it's nice to see Jackson having some success as well. I know he had a tough go in Vancouver, but when we brought him in here, Kim Delabaugh's done a great job of rebuilding his confidence and getting him to a level where he's able to compete every night.
If there's one sore spot, it's the power play. It's been good at home, but awful on the road.
It has shown some life over the last little while, but it's not at the level where we'd like to see it at. There's been times this year where we've lost games that have been close games, and our power play hasn't really done a thing for us. And those are nights that, if it's clicking, sometimes can be the difference for you.
The team has some decisions to make as it approaches the trade deadline in January.
Bruce and Lauren do a great job of deciding on our personnel here, and as we get closer to that deadline, we always do sit down and discuss needs that we may have, but right now it's just a matter of continuing to get these guys to believe in themselves and continuing to work hard.
Whether they add some more pieces to the puzzle or keep this current edition intact, one thing is certain: the Rockets can indeed compete with the Blazers and Winterhawks.